Lucien has a reputation for brutality. The childhood trauma he carries means that every time he spirals out of control he comes looking for me. Over time he's grown dependent on me to the point that he won't let me have any contact with the outside world. He's terrified I'll run. Because I've protested more than once. I never expected that this time he'd get angry and flaunt a sizzling, headline-grabbing romance with his business partner. The whole world seems to know they're an item, but the woman discovered I exist. Not only did she torture me, she actually dragged me to St. Hospital and had my 5-month mark baby cut out of me in a C-section without anesthesia. No wonder Lucien says this isn't the right time for a wedding. He'll only marry after he's cleaned house of all the trashy side chicks. So you're the one blocking my path. Today I'm going to beat you, the shameless homewrecker, to death. When she handed my fully formed 5-month fetus to Lucien, she had no idea she'd just signed her own death warrant. Brielle, the place you described is right here. The mistress Lucien keeps should be living inside. This is the priciest zip code in Riverdale. Everyone here is filthy rich. How on earth do you even know this address? Brielle didn't answer her best friend directly. The jealousy in her eyes was impossible to hide. Just a mistress dreaming that a low-born baby will make her a queen. Pure fantasy. Her best friend hesitated. But the security here is insane. Facial recognition gates everywhere. We can't get in. Brielle's lips curled into a smile as she pulled an access keycard from her purse. Facial recognition. Sure. But cards still exist. How else do you think I found out about this place? I heard noise downstairs and went to check. Several men were ransacking the living room. Because I can't stand people hovering. The staff stay in the rear staff wing unless I actually need them. Who are you people? Do you even know where you are? Before I finished, the woman in charge slapped me across the face. So you're the chippy Lucien keeps on the side. Too bad. After today you won't be. Lucien. Does she mean Lucien? I suddenly recognized her. She's the woman all over the news hanging on Lucien's arm. Arrogance dripping from every pore. Why would a stand-in come after me? And how did she slip past security? She barged in without a word and slapped me for nothing. Whoever you are, leave now or I'm calling the police. I pulled out my iPhone to dial 911. She snatched it and smashed it to bits. Just some stray Lucien keeps outside. And you dare flaunt yourself in front of me. Do you even know who I am? I'm the one Lucien truly loves. You're only a phase before he settled down. Once you're out of the way, he'll marry me at once. That's what he said. I don't believe Lucien ever uttered those words. If he did, I'd personally drive them to the clerk's office myself. Still, her attitude infuriates me. Sorry, I don't know you. And Lucien isn't here. If you want him, call his iPhone. Of course I know he's not here. He's at my house right now. See this card? She waved the access key card. I recognized it instantly. Only 2 exist for this hilltop estate. One in my purse and one in Lucien's wallet. I never thought he'd hand it to her. Maybe he really is tired of me. A sting shot through my chest. But freedom matters more than suffocating love. Though my baby will be born without a father. Miss, this villa is registered in my name, so I have the legal right to ask you to leave. Brielle sneered. Property this high up in Riverdale starts at $2 billion. Lucien would never gift it to me. Trash everything. Boys, a mistress doesn't deserve any of this. It all should have been mine. I tried to stop them, but Brielle yanked my hair and forced me to my knees. That belly's almost at the 5-month mark. Lucien told me once I fix you, he'll be mine. Vance, are you certain Lucien said that? You clearly don't know how much this baby means to him. Every night he reads bedtime stories to the bump and won't sleep until he whispers goodnight. Each word darkened Brielle's face. I said it on purpose. Let her gag on it. She claims Lucien loves her, yet she needs to harass me for proof. She probably can't picture cold, indifferent Lucien crooning lullabies to an unborn child, because in her mind he's emotionless. Though he showers her with public affection, something always felt missing to her, so my taunt enrages her even more. Unable to accept that Lucien has a gentle side, she twisted my hair even tighter. You slut. Must have seduced him. Listen, I could kill you and Lucien wouldn't blame me. It's just a bastard. I'll be his real wife. I'll give him plenty more children. She shoved me to the floor. A cramp knifed through my belly. Cold sweat poured off me while smashing sounds continued in the living room. Stop. Quit wrecking my home. The harder you trash it, the bigger the bonus, Brielle told the men. At that, the bodyguards swung harder. In minutes the living room was a war zone. I tried crawling toward the landline, but Brielle saw, pinned my hand under her stiletto, and ground down. Let go. This is my house. You're breaking the law. She scoffed. Know who I am. I'm the Vance family heiress and the key to the Caldwell-Vance deal. If it collapses, Caldwell loses billions. Even if I killed you, I'd walk free. Blame your lowly birth. So she's not only Lucien's business ally but also the Vance princess. No wonder she's fearless. Vance, before you go further, why not check with Lucien? Are you sure he authorized this? Give it up. You think I could walk in here without Lucien knowing? How else would I have this card? Right now he's at my house discussing our wedding ceremony with my parents. If I weren't tying up loose ends, meaning you and the bastard, why would I dirty my hands? For a second I doubted everything. Could Lucien have suddenly stopped loving me and switched to Brielle? I won't believe a syllable unless Lucien tells me himself. Don't believe me? Fine, I'll call and let you hear. The call connected instantly. His familiar voice came through. I wanted to scream for help, but his thugs gagged me. Brielle, what's up? Lucien, everyone says you're keeping some woman on the side. That you don't love Brielle anymore. That you'll dump me later. The second Brielle's voice came out wounded. Lucien was already soothing her. It was the first time I'd ever heard him speak so gently. I thought he'd been soft enough when he murmured bedtime stories to the bump, but apparently Brielle hadn't been lying. He could be even softer. Right then another blade slid between my ribs. How could you even think that? No one compares to you. Brielle, you're the only one that matters. Come on, don't spiral. Tonight I'll take you for that French place you love. I kicked the stool beside me. It clattered to the floor. What was that? Brielle panicked. Lucien caught it too. Brielle, what just crashed? Nothing. I knocked over a stool. She swallowed. Lucien, you promised. Once you've cleaned up the loose ends, you'll marry me. Was that true? He hesitated, puzzled why she'd ask. But the memory of the woman at home who did nothing but defy him made the lie slip out. Yeah. Once the mess is handled, we'll have the wedding ceremony. He never actually said ooh, yet both of us heard what we wanted to hear. That single sentence shattered the last fantasy I was clinging to. In barely the first trimester, he'd fallen for someone else. I couldn't decide whether to laugh or cry. So he really had sent Brielle to a handle of me. He could have spared everyone. A bored, I'm done, would have had me packed and gone within minutes. Hear that? Lucien wants you disposed of. Girls, show this side piece how we finish trash. 3 women rained fists on me. When punching wasn't enough, they added feet. I curled around my belly, desperate to shield the tiny life inside, begging them not to land a kick. Please, stop, 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 please. Pain screamed through every nerve. The edges of my vision frayed black, but I forced myself to stay conscious. I had to protect my baby. Cheap slut, daring to steal my Lucien. Your face disgusts me. Brielle clamped my chin. I had no strength left. Through slitted eyes, I met her blazing glare. She snapped and ordered, boil a kettle. Now. No, please. I'll leave Riverdale tonight. I swear, I won't come between you and Lucien. Just let me go. Look at her, begging like a dog. Too late, sweetheart. Without flinching, Brielle tilted the boiling water and poured it over me, scalp to soul. Missing nothing, my shriek tore the room apart, and then the world went black. When I came to, I was strapped to a bed in St. Hospital. White-coated figures circling. What are you doing? Untie me now. Ice shot from my heels to my skull. The scalds throbbed. My scalp crawled. A doctor snapped on gloves and leaned close. Lie still. You already agreed to the termination. Cooperate and it'll hurt less. These girls have their fun. And the baby pays. Typical. I never agreed. I want my baby. Let me go. Quit fighting. Your family signed. They say you're unstable. Might hurt yourself. We can't release you. She's not my family. Call the police. They're trying to kill my child. He only shrugged. The director himself had greenlit it. A nurse lifted a syringe. Cold fluid slid into my vein. No, please don't kill my baby. Don't. The doctor's eyes flickered. But orders were orders. Drugs in. The fetus is gone. We need it out now or the mother crashes. I felt the scalpel glide across my abdomen. Stop. Help. Someone help. Murderers, you'll pay for this in blood. The anesthetic must have been half-dosed on Brielle's instructions. Every cut sliced through me clear and bright. Pain swallowed me, but the deeper ache was in my chest, hatred for Lucien. He had done this. I felt them lift my 5-month Mark son from my body. Felt him cry to me, and I could answer only with rage at my own helplessness, and at Lucien. Brielle dropped the tiny body into a lockbox and carried it to the Vance family. Lucien, guess what I brought you? He had just finalized the Caldwell-Vance details. The moment he stepped outside, she was waiting. What is it? A coppery scent hit him, thick enough to choke. Didn't you tell me to clean up your past? I borrowed your access keycard. Paid your ex a visit. She was stubborn, so I persuaded her. Then had the hospital evict the little problem. It's right here. A boy would have been a threat someday. Lucien's hands shook. He patted his pocket. The keycard was gone. You went to the Sterling mansion? Brielle smiled. You promised. Once the mess was handled, we'd marry. I found her, handled her and the kid. So, wedding ceremony when? He ripped the lockbox from her, flipped the latch. A perfectly formed baby lay motionless inside. The instant the lid opened, Lucien felt the sky collapse. Cradling the box, he stumbled to his car. Lucien, what's wrong? He dragged in air, fists clenched so tight bones cracked. Brielle, well done. The Vance family certainly raised a jewel. She missed the murderous glint in his eyes. She actually thought he was praising her. He tracked me down, learned everything, then had every doctor involved dragged off to Riverdale, arranged daily, special attention for them inside. When he brought me back to the Hilltop estate, the best physicians were waiting. My heart was ash. Twice they issued a code blue. I'd been carved open while awake, and the long sleep I fell into lasted a full month. I woke beneath the same ceiling, the same suffocating scent, back in my gilded cage. Memory crashed over me. My baby, where's my baby? Lucien rushed in and tried to hold me. Serena, it's me. I'm here. I didn't think. I slapped him across the face again and again until exhaustion stopped my hand. Lucien, I will never forgive you. Never. And your son won't either. You'll spend your life atoning. His mind flashed to the small figure in the lockbox. I'm sorry. Sorry. It's all my fault. Hit me. Scream at me. Just don't shut me out. I know what I did. I'll spend the rest of my life making it up to you too. Lucien vowed. His fake piety made me nauseous. I ignored him. He still showed up every day, but I treated him like glass, afraid my body might break. He kept scheduling doctors to check me. They'd ripped the baby out with a C-section without anesthesia, yet the surgeons had at least sewn me up. Rest and I'd heal, they said. He told me every doctor and every nurse at SD who'd touched me had been handled. The Vance family was next, and he wanted me to watch. He'd bought our child a headstone. I visited whenever I could. He was terrified grief would flatten me. Trust me, our baby will come back. Heal yourself first. I believed the child would return. That didn't mean I would forgive Lucien. His DNA might be necessary, but that was all. This should have been joy, Lucien's rare biology. Serena pregnant at last. Then someone carved our 5-month-old out of me. Lucien's fists whitened. Serena was right. This was his sin to atone for. Brielle had hunted Lucien for 2 months. He'd vanished. She was frantic when her iPhone finally rang. He put the call on speaker right in front of me and told her to start planning the wedding. I slapped him hard enough to spin his head, but he caught my wrist and pressed my palm to his cheek again. Brielle heard the crack. Lucien, what was that? Nothing. Just a kitten. The wedding gown's been delivered. Try it on. Get out. You signed the Hilltop estate over to me. I can have you thrown out or call 911. Baby, believe me, the Vance family will pay for every tear. Brielle almost burst through the phone with joy. Lucien still loved her. That bitch Serena was nothing. She didn't know her stupidity would drown the entire Vance clan. Lucien could have erased Brielle with one sentence, but he wanted her to suffer slowly. 2 charges, hurting his wife and killing his son, would be enough. Serena didn't believe him, so he stopped explaining. I couldn't grasp why. If he was marrying Brielle, he still shadowed me. Wedding day. Lucien waited, calm as still water. Aren't you the groom? Why aren't you dressed? Sorry, I'm broke. No gift envelope from me. He pulled 2 marriage certificates from his jacket like they were spun gold. Going to waive your license with Brielle in my face. When does this circus end? He sighed. Open it before you snark at me. The scolding was soft, almost fond. Fine. Let's see how you plan to hurt me now. I rubbed my eyes and looked again. Is your spouse's name a typo? Why so little faith in yourself? When did I ever say I was marrying Brielle? He'd ordered a gown, a cake, a ballroom, yet claimed the wedding wasn't his. For a second I caught murderous ice in his eyes before he smiled it away. Instead of the aisle, Lucien took me to the security control room overlooking the ceremony. The groom stood in profile, Lucien's carbon copy, except for the surgical mask. The officiant explained Caldwell had been in an accident. Facial recognition software still hurt. Brielle swallowed her disappointment. She was marrying the man she loved. After all, didn't she notice the officiant never spoke Lucien's name? Only a Caldwell. Joy had short-circuited her brain, and the masked double did resemble him. Night fell. The imposter killed the lights and mimicked Lucien's voice. Good girl. Keep them off. Atmosphere. Baby. Lucien, I love you. I'm finally your wife. After that night Brielle never saw Lucien again, though he rang daily. I'm overseas opening markets. Be patient. The Vance elders told her marrying into Caldwell was karma's jackpot. Then came the announcement, She was pregnant. She called him, trembling. Lucien, I'm pregnant. A crooked grin split his face. Really? Rest. Eat. When the first trimester's over, I'll be home. The promise silenced her tantrums. Watching that smile, I understood. He wanted me to swing the axe myself. Why didn't you tell me? I wept, blaming him for seeming indifferent to our son. Idiot. I said I'd avenge you both. Crushing Brielle and the fiancée is easy, but I want you to deliver the blow. If you tear the sky down, I'll catch it. Brielle lolled in Lucien's hilltop estate. 3 months gone, cheeks rosy. Sure he'd return any day. I almost pitied her. Vance, enjoying yourself. You're glowing. Tell me, when you close your eyes, does a small child ever ask you why? The bowl of soup slipped from her fingers and shattered. You, why are you alive? Lucien promised he'd dispose of you. I studied her twisted face. Jealousy is ugly on you. What does Lucien love? Your malice. He adores me, not some gutter slut. Hold on to that confidence. You'll need it. Guards, throw her out. The staff stood like statues. Are you deaf? When Lucien returns, he'll exile you all from Riverdale. The maids and the 2 men at the door never moved. Brielle's bravado cracked. She threw an arm across her belly like a shield. What happened next froze her completely. Are you all blind? Caldwell is sweating. Turn the AC on. She's carrying a child. Brielle had been ready to sneer at me, but the maid she just barked at actually lifted the remote and started the air conditioning. What are you doing? I'm the lady of this house. Why are you obeying that cheap tramp instead of me? The maid simply stepped back into line, deaf to Brielle's screeching. I walked up slowly. Terror finally registered. She shuffled backward. Now you're afraid. When you murdered my baby, did you imagine I'd be scared too? Stay away, Serena. Lucien will slaughter you for this. The heir of Caldwell is in my womb. Give up. Eldest son. The child you killed was the rightful firstborn. That bastard you're carrying doesn't qualify. Funny. Call Lucien. Let's see if he answers. I tossed my iPhone at her feet. She clearly hadn't expected me to hand her the phone. Hey, wife. Need backup in there? The word wife sparked her. She forgot the phone was mine. Honey, save me. Hurry. The instant Lucien heard her voice, his tone went arctic. Got it. I'll send your husband right over. Wait, Lucien. What? You're my husband. She didn't grasp the riddle. As long as rescue came, he's sending someone. Serena, you're dead. Lucien will gut you. The moment Lucien strode in, Brielle lunged. His bodyguards blocked her, ignoring her. Lucien folded me into his arms. Took you forever. One woman that hard to handle? Brielle stared, blank. Lucien, what? I'm your wife. You're hugging the wrong woman. He smiled, razor thin. Vance, you're confused. My wife has always been Serena. That's impossible. We had a wedding ceremony. I'm your legal wife, and this baby is yours. Delusions. Vance, when did we exchange marriage certificates? Show me. Even Brielle felt the floor drop away. The groom wore a mask. Because it wasn't you. The whole thing was staged. Why? Why ruin me? You overreached. Did Lucien ever kiss you? Sleep with you? He was merely polite. No, Serena seduced him with tricks. Seduce. I've known him 10 years. He only flaunted you to spite me after a fight. Then why say you'd clean up and marry? I wanted his answer too. Sweetheart, I never meant that. By clean up I meant finishing the Caldwell-Vance deal and getting her out of my life. I said I'd marry. I didn't say I'd marry her. She misread it. I slapped him hard. Your careless words cost me our baby. Tears rimmed his eyes. I'll atone. I swear. Brielle couldn't stand his gentleness toward me. Lucien, I'm your wife. Let go of her. Her twisted face replayed my son's death. I stepped up and slapped her. Again, until my palms burned. I've waited ages for this. Today you swallow every drop of pain you gave me. I kicked her to the marble and ordered a maid to bring boiling water. Dump it. Head to toe. Miss a spot and you'll get a second bucket. Lucien watched. Icy. The Vance family deserved worse. No, Lucien, please, have mercy. I beg you. She crawled toward him. He pinned her hand under his heel. Stop. It hurts. We're just starting. So her mouth shut. Too noisy. I hadn't realized he could be crueler than me. Without anesthesia. He had her lips stitched while I fought nausea. Don't look at the gore. Stay pretty. Leave the dirty work to me. I nodded and stepped back. Muffled shrieks leaked through the bloody thread. She drifted in and out of shock. Certain nothing could surpass this. You wanted your husband. Meet him, Eli. My gardener. Not bad looking. Right? Brielle's eyes bulged. Wondering why I waited. You'll relive every horror you inflicted on my wife. She thrashed her head. Words were impossible. Take the fetus out. Let her watch. Let her feel a C-section without anesthesia. No Vance will rescue you. I put them on top. I'll yank them down. They're already in Riverdale waiting for you. She never imagined Lucien could be this merciless. I didn't stay. The scene was unbearable. I heard the baby was carved out. That she flatlined. That Lucien revived her only to freight her to Riverdale for a living death. 3 months later I was pregnant again. Lucien could hardly believe it. I'm expecting. Why so shocked? I haven't touched birth control pills. You were on the pill? I nodded. Yes, but I forgot once. And here we are. He peppered me with kisses. Sorry, love. I should have told you I'm nearly infertile. After the first trimester loss I thought we were done. Yet here you are. Round again. Fate sent this child back to us. I hadn't known that medical quirk. Yet nothing else mattered. Our baby had returned. The threats were buried. And no one would ever hurt us again.